It's Nadia from LiaDia Designs, and I'm back with another video. So today, as you saw in the time lapse, we are again using these molds. You may have recognized them from my last video, and I love them. I'm just gonna say that I do. I love them. I just think there's so many possibilities, so we're gonna explore another possibility today. So as you saw in the time lapse, at the beginning of the video, I just poured clear into these, and because today what I want to do is try to get a stained glass kind of look out of them. So if you remember last week's video, or my last video, I made these guys here and they are awesome. So I wanted to, it just kind of gave me the idea to try doing them clear and see if we can get a stained glass look, because it's just, the molds just, you know, seem like they're perfect for this type of thing. So first, let's get them out of the molds. So this is our first one here. So there we have that guy. Look how cool. All right, so we have that one. Sorry, my table's a mess today, guys. I need to replace this surface, the plastic I have on top here. So I'm gonna be doing that soon, but for now, let's just bear with it. And here is our second one. So cool. All right. So I'm super excited, and I've got stuff on my table. All right. So let's actually let me switch over to my other area, and then we'll get all our materials together and we'll get started. Okay, so I'm back. I just put these down on a white cloth just because because we're working with clear today. I want to be able to have all the colors show properly. Yeah, so anyways, we have our two pieces now, and it already looks so neat just being clear. So we have those, and what I'm going to be doing, what I'm doing today is I'm going to be adding color to them in these little pockets that this mold creates, which is so cool. We could definitely do this with resin, this part of the tutorial. For those of you who ask, for this, you can, because it should be pretty quick, and if that's what you prefer, then definitely. I'm still gonna be using my gloss varnish today, again, just because it allows me to work a little bit slower, and it just lets me possibly change my mind or whatever I want to do. So but yeah, if you want to do this part with your resin, feel free. And again, not UV resin with your 1:1, because if you pour this with 1:1, you need to use 1:1 when you do any other detail work to it. So the colors I'm going to be doing is, we are in the month of December, so it's Christmas and there's lots of Christmassy stuff going on. So let's do red and green and white. So we have, today we're going to be using Let's Resin's resin dyes here. So I have ruby red and emerald green, and I'm going to be also using this purple red blue green, which is kind of it's like a white, but it has it's like a ghost pigment. It has green, a little bit of green in it, and some other stuff later. But let's we'll start with this one here. So what we're going to do is, I have my gloss varnish, which is this product here. And again, all my links for the products that I use are going to be in the description under the video. And I've already poured some in my cups here, so you can see. Let's put one there. So we're just going to add a few drops, if I can open it, a few drops of the resin dye of the red. And we'll do the same over here with the green. There. And I have just gonna use the back of my brush here, so just going to mix that in. I might add a little bit more just to get those colors a bit more vibrant, but because again, my gloss varnish, it's opaque. It's like a white color, but it dries clear. So but we do want the colors to be a little bit more vibrant. So let's just add some more. Okay, and then we're gonna add a little bit of this mica powder. You can see how shimmery it is, to some of it here. We don't need to add a lot because we do want it to have some transparency since we're doing the kind of a stained glass effect. So let's just mix that in. Some shimmer in there. So what we're going to do is, just like in the last video, is we're going to be using our little applicator bottle to add the color, since that was just so much easier. So let me quickly add these into the bottles. If I do it on top of this white cloth, I'm 100% going to spill it. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back with these now. What I want to do, I think, is do, I kind of want to do candy cane stripes because these look like little candy canes. So we're going to try that and see how that looks. So we'll start here. That. And then for these, what I want to do is I want to just go on a diagonal. So we'll do like a red and then green and white, and red and green and white. So let's start with that. We'll do red here. We don't need to fill these. I mean, if you're doing it with resin, you can definitely fill them. I'm not going to be filling mine. I'm just going to be kind of just covering the base, because the thicker you put it in, it obviously just kind of increases the density or the opacity because you have more pigment. So it'll still be clear, but if you have it, if there's less of it, then it will be more transparent. So let's do that. Okay, so we now have our white, and we can now fill in the rest. And as mentioned, this is like a ghost pigment, so it's going to reflect greens. It's not just going to be just like a pure white. And it's a little bit, I made it so it's a little bit more opaque than the other colors, just because with white, if I make it too transparent, it's just going to look like clear. So I'm going to make this one a little bit thicker. So that is that one. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let's see if I can lift it. here. You guys can see that looks pretty cool. Very Christmassy. So it's very Santa's workshop. Like so. Okay, so for the other one, what I want to do is we could do the same thing, obviously, and just put the same white, the chameleon white green in there. But what I want to do is add glitter because it's glitter and why not? So this is the one I'm going to be using today. It's a beautiful one from Paradise Glitter, Estelia, and it's just a fine iridescent, but it's like almost like an ultra. It's like an ultra shine almost. So again, I have to grab my gloss varnish. This one's almost done. And go ahead and add some of that in there. And again, the more you add, the thicker the glitter is going to be on it. So if I can, I want it to be a little bit on the transparent side, but it doesn't bother me too much if it's, you know, basically just glitter. So this one we'll do with the paintbrush because we know from last video, those little applicator bottles, unless you have a really big nozzle on it, it doesn't like having glitter go through it. So let's just do that. And these spots are big enough that it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Okay, so we have done that. Now, this always happens to me, and I'm probably going to do it, is I always, whenever working with glitter, I want to glitter everything. So I'll show you quickly what it looks like here. So again, once it dries, everything's going to be very transparent and glittery, and like you can see here, the glitter is going to be really sparkly when it's done. Now what I want to do is I want to add glitter into all of them. Not this side, we'll leave this one without anything, but for this one, since I have all this extra glitter, I just want to put like a little bit like this and just kind of mix it in. And the glitter is clear, the varnish is clear, so it's not going to do anything in terms of changing the color or the transparency. It's really just going to add a bit of glitter into each one. So, and I can't help myself. I have to do it. So just because I want to see, now that once you add glitter, it's like you need it everywhere. So let's just add that in. And then what we'll need to do once I finished with that is I'll need to just let it dry, and we'll see how everything looks. So it will need a few hours for sure. So because of the gloss varnish. And again, if you want to do, oh, now I have red on my, again, if you want to do all this work, like all the little detailed work with just resin, you know, you definitely can. There's no, in this particular instance, like again, I normally use gloss varnish for all of my detail work just because my resin cures so quickly. It starts to cure within like literally like 20 minutes. So I feel like, you know, I can't, like, I'll just feel too much pressure. I mean, there's a possibility for certain things that I'd be able to get it done within the 20 minutes, but I just don't like feeling that pressure of, oh my gosh, if I change my mind, or so I've just suddenly you know, I'm thinking about changing the color, or, you know, anything, just if anything happens, you know, and suddenly, you know, my timing is off, I don't have a grace period of time to be like, oh yeah, I can definitely now, you know, change my mind, or, you know, change the color or whatever. It's just one of those things. So if it's something I know for sure I'm not going to change my mind, and I can just, you know, get myself organized enough to just do it, then cool. But that's not always the case for me. My brain's always just like thinking, oh, well, you could also do this, and you could also do that. And then suddenly I'm, you know, second guessing, or just, you know, sometimes the new idea is good. It's just, it's, or better. It's just now, you know, it's the stress of, oh, can I even change it? Has it gone too far? Did I get green in here? Oh no, it's just the reflection. You know, has it gone too far and now I can't do anything about it? And do I start over? Like, it's just, it's too much. Where for, you know, I just like having flexibility and the ability to change my mind if I choose to. So, I forgot to do the red. So let's go back and do the second set of red. All right, so glitter has been added. So let's take a look at this one. I don't know if you can see the glitter in there, but we'll look at it again once it's dried and you'll see the difference between this one and this one, because this one doesn't have any glitter in it. And then this one has all the glitter. Well, not all, just a little bit in each little pocket. So this way it has a little bit of shimmer in it. But okay, so we'll leave that to dry. And it'll need a couple hours at least. I mean, I'm going to be heading out for a few hours, so by the time I get back, everything should be dry and we'll take a look at it. Okay, so it's been a bunch of hours and I got my candy canes here because look how cute they look with these little guys. So, all right, so they're all nice and dry now, as you can see here, and see through. So you can see right through them. And I love that ghost pigment. I mean, it's pretty much white, but like it reflects that green in there and it just gives a little bit more of that minty dimension, like that peppermint minty vibe, candy cane vibe that we're looking for. So I really like how this one turned out. It has, like I said, with the little loopies on here, it has that kind of candy cane kind of feel, and I really like it. So we have that one there. And then we have this one here. I'm going to move this a little bit down. And again, so you can see it here. We can still see through it, as you can see. And again, all the sparkles in here. Love that too. And as you can see, like the gloss varnish is not like I didn't fill the little pockets. Like it's very much, really it's just kind of covering the bottom. So I didn't fill it. If you do resin, there's a higher chance you're going to get close to filling these, and that could be a cool effect too. So you could definitely try that. I'm sure at some point I will be trying that as well, but as of right now, I really like this effect. And as I mentioned earlier, because I use my 1-to-1 resin, that's my heat resistant resin. And so I can still use this as a coaster, even with the gloss varnish being inside the pockets, because that's not going to touch any mugs or cups or anything like that because it's inset. It's the surface that's going to be, in contact with any type of heat or anything like that you want to put on it. And that resin is fine for that purpose. So I do really like how that looks though. It's such a neat effect. So yeah, so definitely can still use these as coasters the way that we've done it here. If you do end up using resin or anything to fill the pockets and you bring it up to the surface, again, just make sure you're using a heat resistant resin for that. Preferably the same one that you're using for the initial pour. So anyway, I really like how these turned out, and they're so festive and Christmassy. So I really like them. And again, someone mentioned before, these could be ornaments. They definitely could, like you could drill a hole or whatever you want to do on here and hang it as an ornament. And, with little twinkly lights behind it or something on a Christmas tree would look really neat as well. So lots of opportunities and different options to use these for. And same thing with this one, you can hang it this way or however you want to use it. So anyways, guys, I again really like this mold. It's from Goldline Artistry. Again, I will put the link in the description for that mold maker, as well as the other products that I'm using in this video. So if you're checking that out, feel free, go check it out there. If I have discount codes for anything, I will include it there for you as well. So I'm going to get going. I hope you guys like this tutorial. and that this gave you some new ideas of how to use molds like these 3D relief molds. Is just something that I think just has so many possibilities and are really fun to do different things with. And I have a few more ideas of things I want to try, so you may see some more future videos of these type of molds in here, and different things I want to try with them, and just, you know, stuff that's a lot more fun, or equally as fun as these, because I really enjoyed making these. So anyways, thank you all for all of your support. Those are sending in PayPal donations and super chats and things like that. I really appreciate it. It's so nice to hear from you and have that support, and those who leave their comments and suggestions and ideas, and they share the videos and they like the videos, and all the support that you guys are giving me. I thank you so much. It's been a great year in terms of creating, you know, these videos and creating just really new, unique pieces for you guys. And I'm so glad that you like them and you find them, these videos, valuable and helpful and inspiring for you. So thank you. I do have some changes I'm making in the new year. I will talk about that in a future video, but stay tuned and subscribe if you haven't already. And we will catch up on all that soon. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video to the end, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye.